Now that also kind of looks at you have nuke on Winstrike side and a Weaver. Gonna need to bring out that Aghanims as soon as possible. So we're looking at a 4 Weaver now. Bane has to go safe lane with the looks of this, and now we're gonna bring out the Lion. We talked about nukes. Somebody bring out the atomic bomb at this point. We got a Lion finger on the board.
Man, their lineup is looking so freaking amazing because CIS Rejects, they would like to go for a mobile hero right now, and Winstrike, they know it. So that's why they pick a Lion. You want something that is mobile or that can stand in front. And the Lion, he is pretty much good against both. The Medusa will come out from the side of CIS Rejects, which is a pretty good hero to lane against the Beastmaster, and overall, a pretty good one in this game. Why? Because you have a frontliner that is your carry and that can survive the burst from the line. So this is probably the best choice for CIS Rejects, but it doesn't go that well with their lineup, you know, with the Magnus. You'd usually want a melee hero, but the Medusa, I guess she does do the job given that she does AoE anyways.
But now this is an interesting part. Winstrike has left their position 5/4 as their final pick of the draft, and this is not the most common one too. Medusa's there, so we might see a Lion 5 if Nyx Assassin goes through. Looking at Soneko's heroes, the Nature's Prophet is still available, and I think what we cannot forget about is the Chen, which is still an opportunity if Soneko wants to bring it out and put Force Major to play out the Lion, since Soneko and Force Major both play the Lion, so there's a lot of heroes still remaining in the hero pool. What would you go for when you see the Medusa come out?
I like the Chen, actually. I think it would secure the lane for the PA. It gives you just the right amount of pressure. It is a hero that actually stays in the jungle and the Weaver. It's not the easiest for him to fight the Chen. You know, you can be annoying, but you can't fight the Chen. You can't stand your ground and kill him. And it would give them the opportunity to push down towers. Of course, you'd still be, it'll be a race against time, considering that the Medusa is the strongest hero here. But you have ways to deal with her. PA is okay. She does a lot of damage. The Lion has the mana drain. Even if it would go ultra late game, you still have ways to deal with her. So I wouldn't hate the Chen. I'd actually love it. Considering how well Soneko plays it, I think it's the right way to go.
We'll see if they decide to ban the Chen, because that would be allowing Soneko to pick one of his favorite heroes, one of his signature heroes, alongside Coddle being another one, which could look very interesting if Winstrike decided to get it. But then they would have really good wave clear. They would also have a timer, but that timer gets ticked very early on because Winstrike lineup has so much damage overall. They're just going to run down CIS Regis by the lineup if CIS is unable to dodge them for at least 26, 27 minutes to buy themselves time to get that Medusa online. That's a hard mission, but this is the team that can pull it off.
I have to, though, praise Winstrike for their drafting in this one.
Me too. I like this.
It is just on point. You leave the last pick for the support, but for a good reason. You don't have the overall last pick. There's going to be a response. So you just get the heroes that work well together, that are strong in the current meta. And then with the supports, you try to kind of close out the gaps that you have in your draft.
So the Elder Titan ban, and they go Rubik.
We forgot about him. You're playing into a Weaver, you're playing into a Magnus, you're playing into a Bane, into a Medusa, stealing the Snake, though that's a harder one because she can just toggle the split shot. This is an awesome Rubik game.
It is, and I guess that's what CIS we're thinking about. We're leaving you the Chen opportunity here. We're leaving you a couple good support picks too. But that's true. Fiend Script to be stolen, RP to be stolen. Once you have Aghanims up on Rubik, maybe you can even get the Weaver ulti as well being brought up to save your allies. That was going to be a tough one to steal, but you've got the Gaze from the Medusa, and you've got the Snake, most importantly, which also takes away from Medusa's mana pool. A lot of great spells. What does CIS Rejects bring out of this one? Because right now, I think we're both agreeing that Winstrike's draft is just, it's too good to be true.
It's insane. I think CIS Rejects should go for the lane dominating DK, something along those lines. They go for the Death Prophet. I can't say I love the Death Prophet here because there are no saves. and there's just so much burst on the side of Winstrike. Lion, Rubik, Queen of Pain. The thing here, though, the DP does do okay in the lane against the Queen of Pain. Usually even slightly wins, has better damage, has pretty solid animation, and a good spell to secure the creeps. What I don't like about Winstrike team is their laning phase. That's the only thing that I don't like. PA Lion, that's a weak lane. Beastmaster Rubik, that's a weak lane. Queen of Pain against the Death Prophet. CIS Rejects, the way that they win this game is by crushing the laning phase. And then you just have the Medusa, you farm up, you get a few towers with the Death Prophet, trade it compared to the Beastmaster, and then once the Medusa is critical mass, you just go forward. So that's why I'm not the biggest fan of the Rubik, because Winstrike now, they need to outplay CIS Rejects, and I don't think it's going to be easy considering the heroes that they have. This lineup of CIS Rejects, too easy to play.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's too good to be true, and I feel like Winstrike, they got themselves the draft they wanted, but CIS Rejects can win this game through the early game. So the laning stage really providing a lot. Ramses, with this Medusa, is he able to win his lane? Is he going to tie it up? Does he get killed in the lane? These factors are going to be pretty important if you look at the whole picture for CIS Rejects, because this is the draft that's now either going to win you another chance or you lose you the series. That's the way you have to look at it.
Yeah, this is the only reason I don't like the Rubik. It's a perfect Rubik game when you look at the heroes, but when it comes to winning the lanes, the Rubik and the Beastmaster, they've just been falling flat. You know, sometimes you're like, Rubik is a solid laner, the Beastmaster is a solid laner, but they still don't do anything because the Beastmasters, they rush that Helm of the Iron Will. So Rubik, he can't apply pressure. It's gonna be a tough one for Winstrike. I don't know if they get online. They're way too greedy. They need the blink on the line. They need a lot of items on the PA, and this Queen of Pain is gonna have to do the heavy lifting. But still, they do have a target. It's the DP. If you kill the press kid 1 or 2 times and make sure that he can't get those towers down, then maybe it is the way to go.
Well, they got the DP there. They got the Obs Ward out of the way. FNG can rid of the sentry. That was kind of like the DP threw a right click the moment the ward was placed down on the cliff. So that was them kind of revealing their Obs Ward by a portion of a second there, basically.
1 minute until 30 seconds.
That's an easy one. With 3 heroes right-clicking the ward, that's an easy D ward.
And unfortunate for Winstrike not having that one. Lar will also plays the mid lane vision, so he's gonna have the advantage in the mid lane unless CIS Rejects decide to put their ward there. To be honest, they don't need the wards in the side lanes that much, so it wouldn't surprise me if they actually put the second ward in the mid as well.
So, one fun fact, Winstrike, even though they are sitting in 4th place in the groups, Larl is undefeated in the last 3 maps. So he has brought a 100% under his name. Can he keep it up all the way to the end of this first tour? That would be something. Being the stand-in to continuously win you games.
Yeah, it definitely would. But I think this game in particular, Larl is going to be in a ton of trouble. Both him and the DP are going to be the targets. These are the heroes that you want to bring down in the early mid game. And once the Magnus gets his blink, I think that this Queen of Pain, every single RP she dies. So that's gonna be the idea from CIS Rejects. And looking at the ways to outpush waves, CIS Rejects, they are a little bit ahead there, so they'll be able to create space for themselves around the map. So just overall, gonna be a tough one for Larla. He needs a good start, and he needs to be able to play aggressive and burst people down, because if they're on the back foot, it's gonna be a tough one.
So Mako and FNG having a bit of a battle here in this bot lane. Both supports loving to hit each other's. Very high right-click damage on both of them. Lion as well with the help of the stun. FNG with Brain Sap. Bit of a longer cooldown, but also providing that extra heal is always nice. Kind of Bane, one of those heroes where you win the lane by trading. You usually always end up on the positive side if you're just constantly having a 1 versus 1 going on because of the regen provided by your heal. So you kind of have to buy extra regen for this lane too.
Yeah, and it's a perfect scenario here for CIS Rejects on the bottom lane, because Magnus is one of the heroes that has the highest damage. And Soneko, he's gonna be getting a taste of that damage here where he goes down. So FNG, with him trading with the Lion, it leaves the Hawk alone, which means the Magnus will be winning the CS battle. And Winstrike, they're really struggling here on the bottom lane.
They are. It's off to a pretty rough start. talking about good starts, this really does come to highlight the laning stage for all of these heroes. Queen of Pain sitting under the tower with just a couple HP, waiting for the courier, which is, by the way, very, very, very far currently. Laurel has no regen whatsoever to work with, and the Pressed Kid might have just gotten the kill here. Tries to bait the DP under the tower. Is it going to be enough, though? Spirit Siphon heal is going to be enough. So he tried to bait the Pressed Kid, but this lad, he ain't falling for it. It was a good bait. It was a good bait attempt, but not going to work out.
If he had bought the bottle there on the Queen of Pain, I actually would say, okay, he wanted to die.
Oh,
he had the money for a second.
Posh it down. Soneko low. F and G still got stick charges as well, so this Lion has to be careful not to reveal himself. It might just be the end of him. And G dealing a lot of damage as well, brain sapping at the Huck. And Magnus is going to be peeking back in, not bringing any regen for the Bane. Bane has to live with what he has right now, keeping Soneko out of Bay. Hit on the courier, gets hit by the stun, and Bane is going to be faster than this Lion, so you got to be careful. Might even die from that quick nightmare. Oh, Roger getting lifted in top. Oh, he needs a couple more hits. This Rubik does a lot of damage. It's not going to be enough, though, is it? No, he's going to deny the boar instead.
So Pasha dying on the bottom lane, that's a big one for Winstrike, though it doesn't again allow this PA to get any significant farm, and with PA it's more about the creeps. They even get the skewer, but the Hawk should be okay still. Pressuring him, that's what they want to do. It's not about getting the kill, it's about this PA not getting creeps.
Yeah. It is definitely about the hitting and the harassing and keeping the Hawk constantly on his feet, making him miss some last hits. Magnus with 19, PA with 12, 13 now. Missing a couple important last hits too. One range creep gone. It's also gonna. That always hurts when you miss a range creep on the CS.
You always kind of get nervous. If there's something that carry players get nervous about, it's about the range creep getting the Roger top lane. Man, was that close.
He's been playing with his life for a bit. But Ramses, look at this guy. No fear. No fear, but is that fear going to be costly for him? Look at the damage. Mana's gone. Medusa's looking to be dead. He is so out of line. And you got to punish for that. Almost a tip-worthy play. Rubik's been playing out of his mind in this top lane, forcing the Weaver out, now enabling that 2 versus 1, while the Hawk is getting pushed around with no Phantom Embrace. Phantom Strike, even.
There is a lot of people on the map that are probably gonna die. First up, the Hawk, he has 9 sticks. The other one is the Pressed Kid, who has 10 sticks and a Fairy Fire. Who's sleeping to the mid lane is the Rubik. Can he get the zap here? No, he's fine.
The Hawk got out, but Force Major revealed in the trees. The Pressed Kid coming in, and here comes the Weaver too. DP sucking away. Roger tanking the tower, nicely spreading the targets. 3 seconds, and again Laurel coming in between. DP tanking the tower. Yikes.
Okay, Force Major single-handedly keeping Winstrike in this game with the plays that he's making in the lanes. On the top lane, he's actually outplaying Roger on the Weaver so much, and he even got a kill on the Medusa, and now in the mid lane, he just juked the hell out of this DP, not dying. That is a big thing, but on the bottom lane, Soneko, he'll give his life away. This time around, it's going to be Pasha getting the kill. With the Arcane Boots, the spam that's going to come out from the Shockwave is just going to be unbearable for the Hawk.
It is. I love how there's always someone somewhere asking, like, is X a good X player? And then you see this Rubik come out as a statement, like, probably ignoring all the comments everywhere, but coming like, hey, this is what I do. This is what I provide. Sonic Wave used onto Roger to kill the Weaver. That's a solo kill for the Quap, plus getting the Arcane Rune. Not too bad for Winstrike. Despite being a bit behind in CS on their heroes, they are getting kills on important heroes.
They are. They really are, and that's the big thing. But still, the CS is gonna be problematic for them. Look at the PA, 2,000 net worth, 6 minutes in. This is really low, and with a hero that needs to go for a Battle Fury, he went for the Orb of Corrosion, thinking he can fight in the lane. This is gonna be tough on top lane. This time around, Ramses is not alone.
This is definitely a Dahak type of build where he's wanting to go for the Orb of Corrosion first, but that's player preference, which is always fun to see. That it's not just a one-time thing. Lion is having a one-night thing in the river, but DP gets the best out of this one.
A golden thread.
Yeah, Soneko has his own player preference, and that is being sent to the fountain over and over again. Already 3 deaths in this game. It's looking pretty bad. And Roger, he has been getting outplayed by the Rubik, but this was quite big. He gets the courier. He kind of forces the rotation of the Queen of Pain. They thought they could catch him, so he is being annoying, and this is what a Weaver should do. The catch on Winstrike is just not that great.
But I do kind of like the situation for CIS Rejects, even though this Weaver was not having the best start. He's having a decent time here. Force Major in trouble. And the Huck is also in mid. He's blurred up, and that blur's going to be cancelled. Wow, that DP. Oh, he's doing a lot of damage onto the PA, and now Larl moving in as well, but he doesn't have a Sonic Wave ready yet. And here comes FNG. Things are about to take a turn for the worse. Larl gets a hit onto the Death Prophet. Exorcism is about to run out. Sonic goes down. The Huck needs to get out of there. DP is going to heal up, and this is going to be a victory for the Rejects.
Sonic Wave soon, but nah.
Yeah, he's already healed up by this time. He's got the Arcane Rune, and there's a haste at the... Oh, wait, not a DP. Haste at the Huck.
This is still a problem, despite Winstrike kind of making some outplays there on CIS Rejects, getting a few kills that shouldn't happen, like the one on the Magnus, the one on the Medusa on the top lane. They're still losing so much, and this just goes to show how bad their laning stage is. If they just didn't go so greedy, it would have been great though. The Huck, this time around,
RP
he gets
used
the
in
Weaver.
bottom. Soneko pushed away from the tower. Does get the stun out on the Magnus before the Nightmare comes out, but he will die inside it. FNG cancels it and allows Pasha to go for the right click to get the final hit in. And Rejects are up by 2,000 gold right now, so what they needed to do, what they needed to win, they definitely did win.
Yeah, they definitely did. The problem is Weaver has a little bit less than I expected, and Roger, he gives a kill there to the PA on the in the triangle, but still, if the PA is not hitting creeps, you're happy. Those that 200 gold on Roger, it's really not that big of a deal. In Winstrike, they're just gonna be killing him though. On the other hand, CIS Rejects, they're pretty much just killing Soneko.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked. Dire's top tower is being attacked.
Solar Crest coming up for Roger, so obviously another buff minus armor, which greatly works with Exorcism and with the right clicks from the Medusa, or even buff up the Medusa if they feel like this PA feels like a bit of a threat. Meanwhile, Soneko, FNG having a bit of a fight of their own. Nightmare already used, so Soneko's going to TP away.
Top tower is destroyed.
Pasha trying to find a creep wave. Does finally end up running into it. Force Major is the guy to now hold this tower. Even if this Rubik dies, at least they get info about the Rejects' movements right now. And Roger in the river again. This guy's been a pesky bug.
Yeah, with him giving Vision the dive on the bottom lane will be a bit easier. And Force Major, he is not that just yet TPs. Are they ready? It seems like they're gonna let him go.
It's also kind of like, which spell do I get? Stick charge is used, right clicks are out, 10 HP remaining, and that will be the end of the Rubik. Or you could say end of the road.
So Roger, despite some... oh, did he get the roar?
Yeah, Force Stomp is going to be there too. Nice damage. It's going to be enough. Let's pick up. Still doesn't really help the whole picture, but it's something.
It is something. If CIS Rejects had a better game on the Weaver, let's say if he was level 6, he probably survives that one, a bit more stats, he gets the ulti off, and then Winstrike wouldn't even be getting those few kills. But either way, Roger, despite the laning stage might not going as he expected it to, he's still doing his job. And he gives Vision on the top part of the map. Okay, their cores are here, you can dive the Rubik, and that's exactly what they do. And Winstrike, they can't TP because they're gonna be TPing under Vision. It's just gonna be a bailout from CIS Rejects. So overall, he's doing his job. CIS Rejects, they're playing this one as they should. And Winstrike, they need so much time to get online here. It comes down to, again, Larl, can he get kills on the Queen of Pain? But it's just gonna be so tough to do. They do have the Sonic Wave in the finger. That is a start, but CIS Rejects, they're not giving them anything. They know they're ahead. Controlling the map is the way to go.
It is, and Medusa's off to a good start. Ramses turning into that true carry mode, which he didn't get to experience in that last game with the Wraith King. Now he has this proper farming hero. He can really have a free time, you could almost say, because with this one laning stage, Medusa's gonna be safe for some time. Winstrike might look for some rotations, but still, when you think about how many hundreds of gold this Medusa is ahead of the enemy team. Even if you die once, it's not the end of the world. Crest Kit will use the Exorcism onto mid. They will get the Glyph out. Do they defend this is the big question, because Force Major's on the side. So Neko is also waiting for the stun. And now they walk in. They're all actually running in, with Notice being also there. Trying to cut out the creep wave. So Neko goes into the Tumbler Toy. Oh, nice Sonic Wave missed by the Nightmare. And into the Beast Grip of FNG, holding the Beastmaster in place. No roar for you today. And the Crest Kit, he's fighting through it. He's trying to make a run for it too. Laurel is dropping very low on HP, and he has to retreat from this one at Force Major. They're changing shockwaves. They're trading shockwaves back and forth, and the Quap is dropping low. Crypt Swarm's ready. Doesn't need it for the kill. And Winstrike's getting absolutely demolished. CIS Rejects have done more than what was required. And now with these 4 kills and a tower kill in mid, 12 minutes, 7,000 gold lead.
Yeah, and if you remember the Beastmaster in the previous game when CIS Rejects played it, he was constantly pressuring the tier 2. But here you have a Weaver, a hero that is not easy to get caught, who is just pushing out that wave, meaning that the Beastmaster, he has one play, that is to go towards the mid lane. But there you have a DP in a defensive position with the Bane protecting him. The Press Kid will get caught on the bottom without the Sonic Wave and without any stuns. He just gets himself out. But coming back to the point, Winstrike right now, they don't have a play on the map. They can't go to the top lane and push out because Roger is there. You get the kill on the Weaver. Sure, CIS Rejects, they're fine with that. They've shown it multiple times in this one. You can't get the mid lane tower down. You make a play on the DP, which is your best bet, but a beautiful save just destroys any chances of you killing him. And there is one more thing, that there is Ramses in the jungle who is 3,000 ahead of any of your heroes. So Winstrike, they're absolutely and utterly destroyed in this game.
Bit of a mistake there in mid. They were hoping the skewer to land onto Laurel so they could then throw in the silence, but they did not use the silence at all. They miss a kill opportunity on the Quap, but noticed cutting down the trees. Force Major, does he walk into the Weaver? Very close to it. Very close to it. And he's found him. Stolen Shikuchi. And he's got to be chasing it into the right direction at least. Weaver gets away. Just being a nuisance right now. Smoke coming up. Depressed Kit. He's got the silence for Laurel. Blink comes out. They've got the Hex from the Lion. And there we go. And another Exorcism used. Now Quap needs to get out. But doesn't look like the Quap's going to get the chance for it. Only 3 points in Blink. Still on cooldown.
Another engagement that goes the way at CIS Rejects. They don't even use the RP. He knew if he uses the RP there, he gives it to the Rubik. And I mean, the comeback potential for Winstrike, it is very limited, but at least they're trying to make plays. Now going for the Medusa. Ramses, if he gets the ulti off, he is not gonna die, but that's why the Lion is leading the charge. He has a poor man's Blink, being the Tumbler's toy. 15 minutes in, not even close.
That is a real poor man's Blink for sure.
Because he's definitely poor, yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't exactly give you the required distance to close in. Force Major under an Obs Ward. Nicely placed down by the Rejects. And the Hawk and Force Major both revealed in the lane. FNG walks in. Rubik catches a glimpse of the Bane while the PA slowly walks into the jungle. He knows the enemy is right next to him, but he's still staying inside the jungle. Heading towards the triangle. Medusa's going to be also going into the triangle. So this is, well, you could say awkward timing, I guess. The Huck hits the creeps a couple times. He did have a ward placed down, so they saw him moving. But DP's coming in from the other side. Now they're going to walk into each other's.
Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
DP's
not worth my time.
Yep.
Not worth my time. Like, this guy, no Battle Fury 16 minutes in, not a hero. Creeps are much more interesting and much more of a threat than this guy, and that is how it feels right now. CIS Rejects 10k gold lead, 16 minutes in, the most one-sided game that we've had so far, and it just comes down to the greediness of Winstrike. They still have this greedy lineup, a lot of space for outplays, but it's just gonna be so tough.
Good night, the Hawk. very dead Phantom Assassin. They found the biggest prize they could hope for, and that ward is paying off. That ward is making so much work now for the rejects.
And all this time, there is a Roger on the top lane that is not allowing the Beastmaster to do anything. I think Noticed is very, very annoyed by Roger right now.
And I love it. This is what I hope to see from Winstrike in game number 1. Somebody parked in this tier 2 tower to D-push, but they weren't able to do so because they were constantly forced to be somewhere. And Quap, you are in the wrong place, my friend.
That is not his base. I think he found it out right now. Overall, I like that they're going for plays like this. Winstrike, they're not throwing in the towel, even though in this game you couldn't really take it against them, even if they did. But the Queen of Pain trying to cut the waves behind the tower, they're just trying to be as much of a nuisance as possible, because it's all about creating space. If you die on the enemy part of the map, it's much better than if you die on your own, because pushing power of CIS Rejects is too strong. Still, the problem is 17 minutes in that the Medusa will be online. Level 15. Having the Scotty, this guy just doesn't die. I don't see how you kill him even with all of your burst damage. If he's found alone, there is a good chance he gets his ulti off and gets away.
Well, rejects who have definitely been poked out of their slumber, could almost say. 12,000 gold ahead. Medusa is at 12k net worth. 18 minutes in. Lion's going to be found. Let's get the Hex out onto the Bane. Roger's also going to be there. Stun doesn't quite connect. Skewer misses. Pasha gives it a bit of a giggle too.
Yeah, it was funny there. The Lion pretty much not being in the path of the Magnus. This was pretty close, but oh, what was stolen? I actually heard the Exorcism, and I thought the Rubik was stealing the Exorcism, but no. CIS Rejects are going in for the Roshan. Considering that Winstrike have a Beastmaster lineup, this is a big hit to them overall.
Now show us the power of the split shot. We don't care about the Roche that's been taken by rejects. I know they're taking it. You're giving it to Ramses. I just want to see this Rubik. Multi-right click. Come on. Oh, not yet. Okay. Still waiting for it. There's a potential fight breaking loose in bottom. Quap's already dying pretty much. But Force Major is just not hitting any creeps right now. So I guess we're not going to see it. Oh, now maybe he's baiting us. Nope. Still no. 4 heroes sent in towards bottom. There was a Death Prophet on the hunt. And a Rubik with split shot. I just want to see him hit a creep. I just want to see him hit a creep. Oh, now?
He is.
Oh.
Let's go.
No. Oh, come on.
Use your spell.
Use your spells, man. Okay, RP used in top. You're going to kill Laurel. Nice. And Rubik still hasn't used split shot. Come on.
In these kind of scenarios, though, it's just so hard for Winstrike to play, and it's so easy for CIS Rejects. You don't have to be like, should I use my spell for this guy? You know that you're gonna be stronger either way.
Look at the triangle.
So
FNG playing out the bait again. Fiend's Grip on one. There's a Nightmare on the other. They did steal it, but how do they get to use it? I don't think they're gonna use it here. They're gonna give Soneko and Noticed away, and that's gonna be a double kill for Pasha. But yep, that's a stolen Fiend's Grip. I think that's much better than a split shot. That's why we didn't see the split shot, because Force Major is a smart player.
And I think this Rubik, he kills dreams in this one. He pretty much is gonna kill the dream of Winstrike winning this one 2-0 because they picked it, and he killed your dreams of seeing the split shot coming out from the Rubik. So Force Major really not being a good guy this time around. At least he has that Fiend's Grip, and CIS Rejects, they know about it. And I don't really
Exorcism.
see him
Okay, misses the silence, so Quap is able to TP out, but since the wave is so deep in, this Exo will go for the tier 2.
Yeah, and he had the Arcane Rune when they used it for the Roche. That's why he has it so early on.
FNG is here, Pasha's also there. Difficult to fight this. Oh, he found him. Nice skewer. Another jump is available. And no more skewer available, so they buy some time. Quap hiding in the trees. Doesn't want to leave yet. FNG also puts down some vision. They have the lane ward showing FNG's location, so that's why Laurel is still staying here. But their high ground's about to get pushed.
Oh, they have a Fiend's Grip still, right?
Yeah. That's actually
you kill
really
the
good
Medusa?
against Medusa because he burned the mana too.
Is being attacked.
I was kind of thinking they go there for him just to make sure that they get rid of the Aegis. CS Rejects are way too powerful with the Aegis right now. They don't have to go for a push. They can play this game slowly.
The Huck.
Though,
The Huck under a ward. And here comes the DP. Laurel is coming in to try and help out at least. They've got the silence to kill the Huck, but they are just going to watch him teleport away. Nope. Nice timing there from Pasha. He never left the area, and notice the split pushing bottom. So they're, even though they're losing heroes here and there, and pretty much in a very hard situation, I do love that they're making moves around the map. They're being annoying to Rejects.
yeah, they are trying something. That is the way to go. In these kind of games, you're not gonna win by conventional means, but you're not gonna win by farming either. Them not going for that Medusa in the mid lane, it was really weird to me. You kind of have to make those risky plays if you're to come back into this one. They're making risky plays on the opponent's part of the map, but they're afraid of losing the game, and at one point you have to make a risky play on your part of the map as well, because that's where the big prizes are gonna be from CIS Rejects in this kind of a scenario. And look at Ramses. Look at what he's doing. He's all alone. Bain is somewhere close. And he's like, I need no friends. I can do this one on my own. And it's actually going really well for him.
Without any buildings in the base fallen, Ramses is actually at 764 GPM. 23 minutes in, 764 GPM. With one death on Medusa. I mean, come on. That's unfair.
And he doesn't have a single kill.
Yep, no kills at all either, yeah. And now he gets to participate in another assist. But now with these buildings falling, that's really going to give them that extra punch in gold. So after they've taken mid racks, that's 803. So looking pretty hot.
Poor Rubik never got a chance to use the Phoenix. But I think it's go time for Winstrike. Fight, die, call GG. That is gonna be something that they should be going to do.
What are they? Did you see that? They both just stopped. They both just stopped with Soneko and Laurel. They call the GG. Yeah.
That was the play that they had. That is it. Go fight, die, call it. There is nothing else you can do. At least show your enemies that you're not afraid of fighting. You can walk into them. It's obviously not going to be successful. 20,000 gold net worth lead 24 minutes in with this kind of a lineup that just does so much damage and has a lot of control, a lot of pushing power. It's just it's impossible for Winstrike. I don't see how they would have been able to kill a single hero at this point, especially one of the cores.
Well, that's just how it is. We are now at a situation where every best of 3 pretty much that we've cast, Harry Freak. Game 2 seems to always be the same. It's never a true fight for the comeback story. It's a stomp. Again, 2 series in a row. Both games 2 have been Hydra got 4 kills, Winstrike got 7. I don't think there's too much for us to rep about of this game. We're setting our sights and our eyes towards the last and decisive game and the final game of this entire evening. We'll look out for Winstrike or CIS Rejects. Who's going to take the 1-2-1? We'll be back in a few minutes.